It is BP Truck Series time here in NRUK Racing League, and it is time for the Furniture Row 250 here under the lights at Daytona. It should be fun, exciting truck racing here at Daytona today. And yeah, let's go through your starting lineup. Alan Gray is on the pole. Once again, he was on the pole for the Clash. Of course, didn't end up too well for him. If you haven't watched the video, please go and watch it. Alan Gray in the 13 on the pole. To his outside is a 23 of Anthony Flores. Next up, we've got Philip Coleman and Aaron Price, Todd Edwards and Thomas Bell, Calvin Moss and Emmanuel Sherman, Thomas Kelly and Manny Salado, Sylvester Curry and Bob Hunter, Carlos White and Keith Ramirez, Gregory Ross and Juan Alexander, Jacob Mitchell and Lucas Graves, Joe Frank and Jimmy Martinez, Diego Yepes and Tom Warham, Neil Galloway and Rufus Barrett, Richard Murphy and Larry Wood. The 28 is Elijah Murray, to his outside of 51 of Danny Lloyd. Then we have the 02 of Otis Norris, the 2 of James Stabalito, the 75 of Gustavo Arocha, the 22 of Old Jenkins, the 18 of Scott Watson, the 58 of Ramon Vargas, the 41 of Jerry Jackson, the 17 of Brandon Lee, 92 of Stephen Davis, the 63 of Howard Adams, then you have the 88 of Nathan Ormond, the 4 of Jake Galloway, the 43 of Harry Schneider, and then the 14 of Dewey Goodman rounds off your field for the Furniture Row 250. So without further ado, let's go truck racing at Daytona. Alan Gray leads on the pole for the second time in Speed Weeks here. This time in the Truck Series. He'll be hoping for a better result here today. Can he do it? To his outside's Anthony Flores, Philip Coleman in behind that, as well as Aaron Price, Todd Edwards, who had another good run in the Clash, and the 44 is up there as well. The 44 is Thomas Bell, is also on the high side. One of them, Calvin Moss, on it, racing for Kyle Busch Motorsports in the 9. And the pace truck is going to pull down pit road as we get ready to go truck racing for the first time in NRUK Racing League, the BP Truck Series. Alan Gray and Anthony Flores. Green flag in the air, we're racing in the Furniture Row 250. Down into the first turn they go, and Alan Gray got a good start, but it looks like it's going to be the one car of Philip Coleman who's going to go and lead down the backstretch. Coleman here down to the inside. Todd Edwards, who had a fantastic race in the Clash. He is pushed by. He is being pushed by Calvin Moss and Thomas Kelly in the 07. Behind them, Sylvester Curry and Carlos White. At the stripe, looks like it was the 9 of Calvin Moss who is leading. Or maybe not. It looked like Todd Edwards might have got him, but Calvin Moss now is in the lead. Thomas Kelly and Sylvester Curry there, as well as Carlos White and Gregory Ross. Calvin Moss continues to lead down the backstretch, but here comes Curry in the 81. Moss, though, blocking and defending well. They're going to go 3 wide here. The 50 of Jacob Mitchell getting under the 36 of Gregory Ross. And this time it looks like Sylvester Curry is going to lead this lap. And in the end, lap 2, they're going to go 3 wide, and Sylvester Curry will be your leader. Carlos White, though, coming down the inside as well with Jacob Mitchell. Joe Frank is up there, as well as Diego Yepes. They're all very confident, going 3 wide early on here, only lap 3. But Jacob Mitchell will now get the lead, pushed by Joe Frank in the 33 car. And they come thundering down the backstretch. Jacob Mitchell continues to lead. Diego Yepes and Joe Frank down there on the inside. Elijah Murray now drops down there as well in the 28. Mitchell goes up into the middle lane, and then who leading this lap will be the 50 of Jacob Mitchell, through to the front Comes Joe Frank in the 33 car. Your Pez, Murray and Gray's pushing him, as well as the 19 of Richard Murphy. Come down the backstretch again. Your Pez in the 21. Looks like he's going to go to the lead here at Daytona. Diego Pez, your new leader, but Lucas Graves is looking in at the back of Diego Pez, trying to get the lead. With him is Richard Murphy, Otis Norris. Sorry lads, muck that up. Lucas Graves is in the lead. Sorry, my commentary's a bit kerfuffled. Lucas Graves, though, leads down the backstretch. Otis Norris challenging to the inside with the 75 of Gustavo Rocha there as well. I've done it again, lads. Otis Norris is your new leader. Gustavo Rocha and Danny Lloyd pushing in from behind. It's come down to the end of lap 5. They're third through the race. No, they're not. My maths is terrible. Gustavo Rocha to the lead. Lloyd in behind. Gregory Ross now down to the inside as well. He is still there. But Gustavo Rocha is your new leader. Lloyd now makes a move to the inside, looking for the lead in the 51 truck. Danny Lloyd to the lead here at Daytona. He'll continue to lead out front. Gregory Ross, though, is still down there. And he'll come through in his Lucas Oil, number 36. Gregory Ross to the lead. Harry Schneider and Carlos White in behind them as well. Neil Galloway in the 05 moves into 4th as the bottom line continues to break away now. First 5 cars kind of went out front there for a bit, but they now all regroup, and Carlos White will be your new leader here. Neil Galloway in behind him, and the 58 of Ramon Vargas for the 4 of Jake Galloway also there. He's been pushed by the teammate in the 18. To the inside goes Neil Galloway in the 05 car. Neil Galloway is your new leader here in the Furniture Row 250. But Ramon Vargas, Jake Galloway, pushing hard behind him. Goes up the track. Here comes Ramon Vargas in the 58. Ramon Vargas is in the lead. Look down on the low side, the 41. That is Jerry Jackson, who won the clash. He's going to be a dangerous horse in this truck race. As they come to the stripe, it's going to be Vargas and Galloway to the line. Galloway in the 4 car, your new leader. Pushed by Jerry Jackson in the 41. Howard Adams in the 63 down behind them, and low side as well as Brandon Lee and James Stabilito. Jerry Jackson, your new leader in the 41. Continues to lead out front. Here comes the 63. That is Howard Adams, pushed by Brandon Lee. Also down there, James Stabilito, Earl Jenkins in the 22, and Larry Wood in the 29. Brandon Lee to the lead in the 17 car. Truck even. Earl Jenkins and Larry Wood challenging on the low side. As they continue, everyone in the pack has a chance to win this race. Fantastic pack racing here at Daytona from the trucks. Jenkins will now move to the lead with Larry Wood, Rufus Barrett and Tom Warham all in behind them. The 59 is there with Jimmy Martinez as well. Here comes the 29. That is Larry Wood for Brad Keselowski Racing. Pushing to the front, but here comes Barrett, Warham, Martinez on the low side, looking, challenging for the lead. Barrett moves up to the middle lane. Tom Warham in the 71 now comes through to the front. Tom Warham is your new leader. Jimmy Martinez and Juan Alexander in behind them. At the line, Warham is out front, but here comes Martinez in the 59. Jimmy Martinez to lead. Juan Alexander and Bob Hunter are closing in. Alexander will now move up to get the lead off Martinez as they come to the end of the 12th lap. We have 4 to go here at Daytona. Juan Alexander leads out front in the 86. In behind him, the 49 of Bob Hunter. Keith Ramirez now. In the 68 is going to go to the low side. Keith Ramirez to the lead. Manny Salado pushing him. Down there as well is the 11. That is Emmanuel Sherman in the 11 car. Manny Salado to lead with 3 to go here. They're all tightly packed. As to the lead comes Emmanuel Sherman in the 11. Behind him, the 44 of Thomas Bell. Challenging. Aaron Price, Jerry Jackson, James Stabilito down there as well. 2 to go at Daytona. Thomas Bell is in the lead. Aaron Price moves up to the middle lane. And everyone on the low side has a chance. Here comes Jerry Jackson in the 41. The same driver that won the Clash at Daytona, challenging for the Furniture Row 250 here in the trucks. But James Stabilito down in the 2, trying to spoil the party. To the lead, James Stabilito, pushed by Rufus Barrett in the 6. As they come to the stripe. White flag is out. James Stabilito leads the white flag at Daytona. Down on the low side is the 6. There is the 92 of Stephen Davies. To the lead. Davis to the lead in the Furniture Row 250. They're all shoveling hard for the lead down the backstretch. Anyone can win it. Down to the inside. The 18 of Scott Watson with a last lap pass and the inside turn. It looks like he's going to do enough. The 18 for Kyle Busch Motorsports. Aaron Price on the low side. It's Fig, the 18 of Scott Watson has it. A fantastically timed pass in the last lap here. And Scott Watson for Kyle Busch Motorsports in the 18 car is going to come home to win at Daytona by again 3/100ths or thousandths, whatever, of a second over Aaron Hunter. The 6 of Rufus Barrett was in there. The 4:49 of Bob Hunter, and then Stephen Davies in the 92 rounds out your top 5. What a wild finish again at Daytona. Fantastic action. And let's go and pick up the finishing results. Here are the finishing results then for the Furniture Row 250, and Scott Watson wins the race by only leading 1 lap. That's all he needs to lead. And because there was only literally no one led 2 laps in this race, so each person that led a lap got a few bonus points in there. So Scott Watson from 33rd wins here. Aaron Price comes in 2nd. Rufus Barrett 3rd. Bob Hunter comes 4th. And Stephen Davies from 37th comes 5th and rounds out the top 5. Todd Edwards with another solid run here finishes 6th as well. Jerry Jackson coming from 35th to 7th. He loves this track there here at Daytona. James Stabilito finishes 8th. Your pulsator Alan Gray finishes 9th, and Keith Ramirez rounds out the top 10. Behind him came the 44 of Thomas Bell, the 9 of Calvin Moss, the 11 of Emmanuel Sherman, the 07 of Thomas Kelly, the 81 of Sylvester Curry rounds out the top 15, with the 98 of Manny Salado finishing 16th, Philip Coleman finishes 17th, Jacob Mitchell in 18th, Juan Alexander in 19th, and Elijah Murray finishes in 20th position. Now, for the rest of the field, finished 21st was the 21 of Diego Pez, behind him the 59 of Jimmy Martinez, in 23rd, came the 23 of Anthony Flores in 24th, next up was Joe Frank, then behind them came the 66 of Lucas Grave, then Tom Warham in the 26th position, then the 88 of Nathan Norman, the 29 of Larry Wood, the 14 of Dewey Goodman, and the 22 of Earl Jenkins. And then your final few results there. The 31st is Richard Murphy even. Then behind him, Gustavo Arocha, then 17 of Brandon Lee, the 63 of Howard Adams, the 51 of Danny Lloyd, the 02 of Otis Norris, the 4 of Jake Galloway, the 43 of Harry Schneider, the 36 of Gregory Ross, the 58 of Ramon Vargas, the 05 of Neil Galloway, and then finally finishing last was the 78 of Carlos White. Here are the standings then after 1 of 28 events. And Scott Watson leads the standings with Aaron Price in second, then Rufus Barrett, Bob Hunter, Todd Edwards, Stephen Davis, James Stabilito, Jerry Jackson, Alan Gray, and Keith Ramirez rounding out your top 10. If you have enjoyed some fantastic truck action here at Furniture Row, please comment your thoughts on the race. Subscribe, like for more. And yeah, this is NRUK, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.